Welcome into Tennessee Titans today. I am Tom Downey. We've got some rather interesting trade rumors out there on Tennessee, including but not limited to Aaron Rodgers and Derek Carr. The quarterback drama Tennessee is about to potentially face this offseason will be quite intriguing. The idea of adding DeAndre Hopkins is out there too, and some coaching staff buzz, not on the offensive coordinator spot, but on the defensive side of the football. We begin, though, with Aaron Rodgers. After Rodgers made some interesting comments, kind of once again implying maybe he'll retire, maybe he'll go to a new team, and maybe he won't be back in Green Bay. We're doing that whole song and dance again. Tennessee, of course, was linked heavily this time last year. Then Chris Johnson, the Titans' legendary running back, posted this with the eye emoji as he's riling up the fan base about adding a future no doubt Hall of Famer in Rodgers. If you want Rodgers on the Titans, show us by liking this video right now. Tennessee, if they can rebuild the offensive line, is not that far away from once again being dynamic and successful on offense. Rodgers would help. So like the video if you want to add him to the Titans. Now, of course, it is Aaron Rodgers, but that doesn't mean there aren't some downside doubts or concerns to have over Rodgers. He wasn't the same guy this year. He wasn't. He didn't even play that well, I thought, against the Lions in the season finale. The interceptions, which Rodgers has always been sometimes almost too conservative, making sure he doesn't turn the football over and not taking enough shots downfield. The interceptions skyrocketed this year. He was not the same guy, and he's expensive. Aaron Rodgers' contract is one of the more unusual ones you'll run into in the NFL, so we'll spin on this one and actually explain it all. His cap hit, if traded, is an extremely affordable $15.79 million. That is a fraction of what you'd be paying Ryan Tannehill this upcoming year. It's be one of the best contracts in a season. However, there is a $58.3 million option bonus that is due for 2025. So you're locking him in for basically 3 years with the money owed. 2024 cap hit becomes $32 million. If you decline the player option, that becomes due, that $58 million becomes due this year. So you're committing to multiple years for Aaron Rodgers unless he decides to retire at a cost that is cheap for 2023 and then becomes kind of expensive the next couple of years. There's more option bonuses due. Maybe you're used to other sports having the team option. It's a player option. It's basically what it is. It's I'm going to play and get the bag, or I'm going to play for a year, you're going to cut me, and I'm still going to get paid. So it's a very, very player-friendly contract with a short cap hit this upcoming year, which is concerning for an older player who has shown signs of decline. Rodgers was not as good in 2022, although we said the same thing about 2018, 2019, like, he doesn't look the same. Is he on his way out? And then he goes 48-5 and wins back-to-back NFL MVPs. It's Rodgers, so I'm not really sure you want to be out on him so quickly. But you also have to wonder how many years is he going to play for you? And what is the cost to acquire a Hall of Fame quarterback? This is not as black and white as maybe it even was last year of like, just go get him, move on from Tannehill. I still think the cost would be expensive. You're probably going to move your first-round pick this year. It's tough to see Rodgers going for a second, even though he is older and coming off a down year. Hall of Fame quarterback. I would think that'd be valuable. Throw in some fifth-round picks, conditional first based on how he plays, when he retires, whatever. I think that's fair value, but I will be honest, it is difficult to really assess it properly. So with that in mind, and you can say no if you want. I get it. It's not like you're getting 29-year-old Aaron Rodgers anymore. Would you do that trade? Y for yes, N for no in the comments. Actually, just a pinned comment on today's video. So if the ad break comes here on YouTube, take advantage of it. Go type in your Y or your N. Coming up soon, some DeAndre Hopkins trade rumors. He also might be fairly affordable in the trade market. But first, what about Derek Carr as a possibility for Tennessee? Carr making it pretty clear, not that it wasn't already clear, that his time is over in Las Vegas. He posted his goodbye message on social media, Instagram, and Twitter, which was expected. He left the team after they chose to bench him. Some interesting odds, by the way, from Sportsline. Titans plus 800, top 5 odds behind the Jets, Colts, Commanders, and the Carolina Panthers. And Derek Carr is a younger option at the quarterback spot who has shown he can do a little bit more, especially in recent years beyond this season, as a playmaker. Now, I do think this is fair, especially when you break down the numbers. Tannehill to Carr is a lateral move from a numbers standpoint. 64.3 completion percentage, 64.6 for Derek Carr. So you're talking 0.3% higher for Carr. Almost the exact same games played, a few more for Tannehill here. So that is at least the noteworthy difference in the yards. You're off by about 2,000 yards in only a few more games. So he's been more dynamic through the air there. Touchdowns are very similar. Interceptions favor Carr. He's better than Tannehill. But it's a matter of, is he better enough to justify the cost that would require in a potential trade? Who is the better quarterback? RT, at least for the Titans, factoring in the cost of a trade. RT for Ryan Tannehill, DC for Derek Carr. Head down to the comment section and please let me know. Today's show was made possible by our sportsbook partner. That is BetUS. Chatsports.com/bet. Promo code CHAT125. $100 down minimum gets you a 125% deposit bonus. There's chatsports.com/bet. Promo code CHAT125. You can bet on a bunch of stuff, including various player destinations. And that brings us to our next one. That is DeAndre Hopkins. We got some destinations for you guys here. I think Tennessee should be in that conversation. Because remember where we were this time last year. We wanted to pay A.J. Brown, and we wanted to get another wide receiver on this team. Now, they did the second part, but only after eventually trading away A.J. Brown. They added Robert Woods, got him cheap. He was, I would say, limited by some quarterback woes this team went through with injuries and whatnot this year. But every team should have interest in DeAndre Hopkins. He wants out of Arizona, and the Cardinals reportedly plan to try to trade him. Now, much like Rodgers, there are some concerns here, right? He's aging, and he likely wants a massive new contract, which you didn't want to give A.J. Brown. You're probably going to have to pay Hopkins something similar, even though he's older. Although John Robinson's gone, so maybe that's less of an issue now. And he is still, to an extent at least, DeAndre Hopkins. Now, Hopkins has missed time over the past 2 years, 9 games, 10 games. You can do the prorated out number for 2022 and 2021. He's still a 1,000-yard receiver. He's still that guy, I think, although I don't think you can't make the same argument of best receiver in the NFL the way you could for a little bit there. He's still good at football. The issue is money, which has been an issue for Tennessee in the past and does rear its ugly head when you've got other guys to pay, David Long, Jeffrey Simmons, etc. Hopkins is owed $21.7 million this upcoming year. This is all if traded. $17.2 million in 2024. The real problem is he probably wants a new deal. You can bring that number down in the short term. How much money in draft capital do you want to invest in a receiver who would be a fantastic mentor for Treylon Burks and significantly help you as well? But that is worth considering. It's a fair concern. I think it's why the value is probably not going to be a first-round pick. So would you trade for DeAndre Hopkins? T for trade or P for pass? Let me know in the comments section. I would have interest. I think it probably ends up being maybe a bit of a pass just because of the money involved, but I'm at least calling and seeing how much it really is. Otherwise, you're not doing yourself any favor as an organization. So if you want more Titans trade rumors and all the great offseason coverage here at Chat Sports, you've come to the right spot. Hit that sub button right now. Free videos all throughout the NFL offseason. And as promised, before we go, we're going to break down some coaching conversation for Tennessee. Jeremy Fowler breaking this news this morning. Tennessee is requested to speak with Commanders defensive backs coach Chris Harris for a position on the defensive staff. Could be a defensive back / passing game coordinator type role. Harris could get DC looks around the league. There was this note from John Glennon as well. He was a candidate for the Colts DC job last year before Indy hired Gus Bradley. Commanders give the 4th fewest passing yards per season. This would be a big get for Tennessee because it's a bit rare for the DB's coach to get requested for a non-defensive coordinator role in Tennessee. That's a bit unusual from that standpoint, and it would require the Commanders saying yes. I don't know the actual contract details for Chris Harris. This makes me wonder, and this is all speculation, if his deal is almost over, and that would be a scenario in which you could see him trying to jump ship. The NFL's changed rules where you can no longer block interview requests for DC jobs. You can still block them for pure lateral moves. Keep an eye on that one, especially for the Titans coaching staff, which is far from completed. Got to find a new OC as well, which we will also keep you guys covered on here. Hit that subscribe button, youtube.com/Titans today.